Hey everyone. So let's work through our Google Slides scavenger hunt. Kind of just like the Google Docs scavenger hunt, but using Google Slides. And I'm going to throw a couple extra things in there just to spice it up a little bit, maybe help you out with some other projects that you might have, like classes, what have you. But we're really doing a lot with Google Slides in this whole 102, 103 this week. And I want to make sure that you know where everything is. And then when we get to the lecture, all the things you didn't know, then we'll start to get into what's going on in class this week. So let's start with the Google Slides scavenger hunt. So I'm going to open it up, and it's going to say to make a copy. So let's get started by doing that. Now I'm going to walk you through it, just like I did with the Google Doc scavenger hunt. And as we go, like I said, I'm going to try and add a little extra to what we're doing just to kind of help out. So what we want to do is we want to work on the blue items for each slide. So this one is number one, change the theme. And then you'll see number two has its own blue area. So we're doing the blue spots. So like I said, as long as you follow along and you kind of do what I do, then you should really be good, and it'll give you a great overview. So the first thing we're going to do is change the theme of our slides. So we're going to go to slides. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Hold on a minute. Can't see worth anything right this second. I got to start remembering that I'm old, right? Slide, new slide, apply layout, transition, theme. Wow. Change theme. All right, so under me over here, I have all sorts of themes. All right, and again, that was under slides and change theme. So we're just going to pick one that we find interesting, and I'll go through that real quick. So I like this one. I don't know why. That's the one I'm going to do. And you'll notice all of my slides change. All right, and that's the purpose of the theme. So you can import themes, and I'll show you how to do that later on. But right now we're going to go with that. Actually, if you look at it, it kind of changes a lot. So I'm not going to use that one. Let me see if I can find one that kind of keeps us. There we go. I like that one because our next slide will be just fine. But we changed our theme. All right. Again, that was slides and change theme. All right. Next one. This one is now we're going to start to build the images and pictures to put in there. So remember, when we're talking about Google Slides has a mass amount of things we can do. It can be just a presentation item. It could be a group work project that you're going to see in your lesson plans this week. That's one of the things you can do. It can also be an interactive project. Again, another thing in your lesson plans that you're going to do this week. So it is very diversified in what we can use it for, right? It's not just a presentation maker. All right, so change the background of this slide to a beach scene. Insert a beach ball, then animate the ball so it moves. So I'm going to get rid of my themes over here so I can make it a little bit bigger. And then we need to find a background. So let me just move. So the way that I'm going to do it, so if you click background, right, you can add an image. And if you click on that, you can do upload camera, URL, photos, Google Drive, or image search. Now, again, I've talked to you guys before about the images. And if you do it by URL, the owner of that URL can change the image that's attached to the URL anytime, and therefore your image would change. So you always want to make sure that you have the image, right? You don't want to let it be dependent on somebody else. So I always do my own search. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do beach, right? And click. And now we need an image. So I'm just going to click in images here. This one looks kind of nice, right? So I'm going to do, for me, because I'm on a Chromebook, it's two fingers. For most of you, it's right click. And I'm going to save the image as. And I'm going to put beach so that I remember it. All right, and that's the one that I'm going to use. So now I'm going to leave this search open just because we're going to be using it again. But if I go back here, now I'm going to click background and choose image. So now I can do it from an upload. I can do it from here. And I'm going to do browse and beach. And there we go. We should get our beach background, right? Very nice. And click that. All right. So now the second part is we have to get a beach ball, right? Insert a beach ball, then animate the beach ball. So again, I'm going to leave this open here, and I'm going to do beach ball. All right, so you can pick any one that one. I am going to show you a new trick with this. So if I click on this one, you notice my background is all white. So let me save this, save image as, and I'll do beach ball just so that we're, but I want to show you. So if I come back to my scavenger hunt and I say insert image, upload from computer, and I do that beautiful beach ball, you see it looks terrible. You don't you don't want all of that white. No matter what you do, it does not look like it belongs in that picture. So here's kind of fun tip number one for the night. All right, if we open a new one and we go to remove dot bg, remove period bg, and we click enter. So now it says upload image, right? We're going to remove the background, upload image. And I'm going to go back to that beach ball and I'm going to open. And you notice we went from white to a checkered background. So now if I download it, all right, when I come back, I'm going to get rid of this ugly one. And now I'm going to insert again, image, upload from computer. I'm doing the same thing because I downloaded it, same exact thing. But notice, here's the one that had the white background. Beach ball remove BG preview. We're going to open that one and put it in. And notice now, it actually looks like it kind of belongs there, doesn't it? It doesn't have the white background anymore. All right, it's just kind of sitting in here, and you can use it. All right, so now the third part of this slide was we have to animate our beach ball, right? So I'm going to click on it again. That box means that I'm using it, that I'm highlighting it. All right, so now I'm going to go to, you got to give me a minute. It's been a while since I've animated, right? But we're going to go to insert and we're going to click animation. And you notice this toolbar over here works in, or this sidebar, right? So now that's the item that we want to do, right? That beach ball. So we can do all sorts of stuff. I am going to do a spin because I just think it's animated, right? It's kind of cool. I'm going to do a medium spin. I don't think I need it too fast. So if I click play, watch. And there we go. You have to click the image because it lets the slideshow know that you're working it. All right. If I go faster, I got to stop because I'm presenting it. If you go a little faster, you can, and then play. And again, I'm just going to click on the slideshow and ooh, there we go. All right. So I had two things to do. I needed to put a beach background, and then I needed to put a ball in with some animation. I think I've done that. So I think we are set to go to our third item to work on. All right, create a Venn diagram, two overlapping circles. Hopefully we know what they all are. And then below, create a Venn diagram below and compare and contrast the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans and use Explore to find information. So now I'm going to move myself again. I apologize. All right, because we need to get that Explore bar going. So Venn diagram, right? Two circles that we can write in and put information in. So I'm going to use this right here. This is our shape area. I'm going to go shapes, and circles are shapes. So there's our circle. Now you see I have like little crosshairs with a circle inside, right? If I click on and drag, you see that I build a circle. All right, now the green is the template color. So that's what's kind of working there. Usually it comes up a gray color. But I want my circles to be identical. I don't want it to be like one circle and then one blah, because that's usually what happens when I do it. So I'm going to right click on there and I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to right click again and I'm going to paste. And now you see that we have two very nice circles kind of set up here, right? And notice as I move it, see the red line that's going through the middle? All right, that red line means that we are adjusted. We are right perfect with each other, and that's what we want. We want it to look nice. Now, how do we get it? Because in a Venn diagram, the circles overlap, but you can see both, right? Because you have that section. So I'm going to move them a little closer. All right, and I want that section to show up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this one right here, and I'm going to come here to the fill color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click transparent. So now I have two circles, right? One colored, one not. And I'm going to use that to allow myself to really use my Venn diagram. Now, to get my information in, how do I compare the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean? I've got to get that figured out. So I'm going to hit text box and put that in, and I'm going to write Pacific. All right. And then I'm going to click here, and I'm going to write Atlantic. And again, if I do this right, you can see that I am just, that red line going up and down lets me know I'm just inside my circle, right? I'm in a perfect spot. If I want to, I can move this up and down too. I can let it go up. See the line going across? That lets me know my Pacific and my Atlantic are perfectly lined up. Now, if you don't do that, am I going to take points off? No. It's just a visual thing that a lot of times you want to make sure, because your students are going to look at it and be like, how come that one's over there and that one's over there? And that's, make it, kind of make it look nice. And I want to show you how to do those things. So now we have the Pacific and Atlantic, but how do we get our information in as well? So I'm going to create a text box, right? And I'm going to put it, right? I'm just going to go this far. All right, there's one. Now you can either leave the outline clear, all right, the outline of our text box. Watch, if I click here again, it shows up. Or you can give it a border color, and just so that you can see, now you can see where you can type. Completely up to you. I tend to like them clear, but I'm going to leave it in just so you guys can see where I'm working. All right, now I'm going to have a text box because we have to have a mutual, right? The Venn diagram shows the similarities and the differences. And again, I'm going to give it a border color just so that you guys can follow along where I'm at. And then my last one is the Atlantic Ocean. And I'm going to just build that right there. And again, I'm just going to put in a border color so that we are all on the same page. All right. So now, again, just my OCD, not my ACD. My OCD, I like them to be all lined up, right? But now here I am, right? So the first thing is, what do we know that is a similarity between the two? They are both oceans, right? Who cares? That's perfect. All right. But we need similarities and differences. Actually, I think I close that down a little bit. I want to do that. I want it to be same size. I don't know why it's not letting me keep it, but oh well. All right, so now we need to do our Explore tool. So we go to our tools, and we click our Explore. We did this in Google Docs, so hopefully remember where it's at. And we're going to search. Let's see, Pacific Ocean. Oh, not Pacific Oven, Pacific Ocean. All right, now I'm going to let you guys plagiarize here, right? If we are not doing a paper on the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean, my job right now is to make sure that you understand how to do the Google Slides aspect of it. So even though we are copying and pasting and putting it in, and technically that's wrong, I'm not grading you on that. I'm not asking you for the information. I'm just asking you to make sure that you can find the tools within the Google Slides. So, there is nothing wrong at this point in just doing that. We're just doing it kind of for speed. I'm not asking you to research. All right. So I'm going to highlight just this first sentence just for fun. All right. Now, you'll notice when I copy and paste, you don't see a menu come up for my copy and paste. All right. I copy and paste very quickly. And the way I do that in Google is I use the Control and C. If you look down on your for those of you that have MacBooks and stuff, if you find the Control and C button and you hit them together, and then you come over to where you want and you hit Control and V, it will paste for you. So Control is pushed down, and then C, Control held down, and then V, and that is copy and paste. Now notice, see the white lettering here, or the white background here, right? That is a huge teacher signal, and that says this person copied and pasted. All right, because that's what happens. It comes up with the color of whatever you're doing. So whenever I see this, when students hand work in, I always automatically do a plagiarism check because, yeah, that's bad. But for our intents and purposes, what we want to do is we want to make it so that we get rid of that. So we're going to highlight it. And we are going to, let's see here, I got to find my highlighter right there. Highlight color, and we're going to go to transparent. And there it is. No more, it is not showing up, right? So now let's go to the Atlantic Ocean. So we're going to go back over here. Atlantic Ocean. And again, I'm not grading you on what we're writing, so you can definitely just kind of copy and paste. All right, I don't mind at this point. You're not doing a paper. All right, and again, Control C, Control V, and there we go. All right, it is already go. Now, if you really wanted to be that teacher, right, you want to know whether they plagiarize that too, you just come here and change the color, and look, there's the highlight of white, right? So I'm not real. I mean, it happens sometimes. You catch students that way, but just so you know. All right. So we created our Venn diagram. Right. We compared. We used our Explorer tool. We are good to go. We've accomplished that one as well. Let's move on to the next one. Insert a map of the world and add red stars to all the places you would like to visit. So I'm going to get rid of. Actually, you know what? We're here. We might as well, right? World map. And let's do images. Now find one with countries on it because otherwise it's really not going to do anything for you. So I'm just going to kind of see if I could find one. Um, Actually, right this second, I'm not going to spend a lot of time. And you push this little plus button, and it's going to show it to you. All right. This is just a map. Go with it. Have a good time. There it is. It's going to show up for us. Now, why? Oh, there we go. I just had a little slow glitch, right? Now, you notice my directions dropped behind my map. Okay. Why? Well, there's layers on a Google slide. Okay. There's the back, a middle, and a front. And you can add as many layers as you want. So right now, my map is on front, and my directions are on back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this map and I'm going to put order and I'm going to say send to back. All right, so now my directions are back. Okay, they're all there. So now I have to come up with a way to put red stars of all the places you would like to visit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert. Oh, excuse me. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Where are my? Actually, they're right here. I don't know why I went to insert. Go to shapes. Now we have shapes. Right? Do you see a star in shapes? You have arrows. You have callouts. You have equations. I'm going to use the call out because right there looks like a star to me. All right, now I'm going to take that. All right, now I have to color it red, it says. So once I have my star drawn, I'm going to come up here to my fill box and I'm going to go red. Now, I want to visit more than one spot, right? I don't want just one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste a couple times. Paste. I'll do 4. All right. So places I would like to visit. I'd like to go to Australia one day. That'd be kind of cool, right? Let's see. My sister. Oh no, bibbidi bobbidi boo. My sister lives in Idaho, so I would like to go out there. Right, and just make it smaller so it kind of fits in the right spot. All right. So then my cousins. I have some awesome cousins who live in Ireland. And I've been there before. That's a small one. I've been there before, but I'd really like to go back. All right. So we're just going to kind of put it in that general direction. Map's not really big enough for it. And one more place I'd like to visit. Let's see. I do have a friend, Martin, who lives in Sweden. So I'll just kind of stick that up in this general direction here, and we'll go there. All right. So I have my 4. 4 is fine with me. It doesn't tell you how many, but 3 or 4. Just let me know that you can make the star, you can color it red, you can position it, and you have a map. I'll be very happy with that. Now, we broke a rule. Notice when I was clicking on here, if you click, if you look down a little bit, when I click in, look this down here, right, is a URL to the map. Right? We kind of broke the rules. I'm okay with that right now, but you know better. I should know better. I shouldn't have done it that way, but the Explorer was already up, so I went with it. But just know that URL is there, which means it is a clickable image that could send us anywhere if we're not paying attention. But you are not using this for a class. We're just doing it right now as practice, so it's okay. But make sure you kind of getting that happen. All right, next, use word art to identify one kind of food that you do not enjoy eating. So if we come up here, all right, we're going to go to word art and we're going to type in one type of food I do not like eating: spinach. Right? I hate spinach. And there it is, right? But spinach is green, like green, just bleh, I can't do it. And I'm gonna highlight the outer edge of it in let's make it a different color. Outer edge in yellow, so it's really there. Now you'll notice it's like a light. The yellow really isn't showing up. If you want to change that, there's a border weight there, and you can make it as border weight heavy as you want, right? So I really want whoever is there to know that I hate spinach. All right. So insert word art, type what you want. All right. If you want to do 2 lines, right? So let's say I'm actually going to erase this, and you only have to do one, but insert word art again, right? I'm going to do spinach. And let's see, liver. I've never had liver, but I know people that have. And I'm going to click it, and you see now it makes it 2 lines. Okay, so there's how you would do that. And you can always blow it up a little bit. You spin it, right? You can change the colors just like I did. The colors will be the same no matter what they change together. All right, so if you wanted it 2 different colors, you would have to make 2 different word arts. So use word art to one kind of food that you do not enjoy eating. All right, we've accomplished that goal. Use Scribble to draw a picture of your favorite fruit on the slide. All right, so now Scribble. Scribble is, let me do it again, this little line right here. All right, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 over, if I counted that right. And you go to the bottom and you click Scribble. Now you get that little crosshair, right? Use Scribble to draw a picture of your favorite fruit. My favorite fruit. I am not a fruit eating person. I'm just not. But I do enjoy grapes once in a while. So I will do bunches of grapes. So there you go. I'm going to copy and paste and paste. Like, all right. And then I'm just going to kind of move them around and make it look like bunches of grapes. All right. I know I am a terrible drawer when it comes to this, but I'm okay with that. All right. So there's my grapes. If you really, I mean, I've had some people who's used some serious scribble and they drew like whole like watermelon slices. Oh, am I not scribbling? There we go. They drew like whole watermelon slices. And it really came out kind of cool. So that's yes, that is my watermelon slice. All right, kind of like that. All right, and then they painted them and made them look pretty and did all sorts of stuff. I just want you to get the idea of using Scribble to kind of draw around a little bit. All right, no one would ever know that they're grapes and that's watermelon. I'm not an artist. My wife is an art teacher, but I am horrendous. So we're just going to roll with that. And you can color them and do whatever you want with them. But if you just do black and white, I'm okay too, because I don't expect much more. All right, number 7, describe your favorite holiday tradition in Quattrocento font and build a transition into this slide, right? So now, if you go and you make a text box, all right, so I'm just going to, my favorite holiday tradition is eating dinner at my in-laws on Christmas. All right, that's my favorite. I don't know why. It just does my heart good to go there and spend that time. So now if I come up here, notice Quattrocento. So we got to find it. And there it is right there. All right, so I'll click it. So let me do that again. All right, so we're here. All right, I typed my whole thing. I'm going to highlight again. Right, and I'm going to come up to this spot next to where the numbers are. That's our font size. And I'm going to drop down. And right now it's a recent, but it wasn't before, right? It was down here, all the way at the bottom, Quattrocento. And we're going to click it, and it will change it for you, okay? And now we need to build the transition into this slide. which means from the slide before to this one, we have to transition. So we're going to insert. Let's see. So I've got to make sure I'm clicking on the right one. Insert. Actually, I think it's under slide. Sorry, slide transition. All right. Now, right now there's none. I'm going to dissolve because that looks pretty cool. So I'm going to try play. Now, it takes us, right? And here we go. We're going to dissolve in. It went really fast, I think. Let's slow down a little bit. Try it again. So it's slowly coming in. What if, let's get something a little bit more excitement. Is there something more exciting here? Why are we not doing any more? Oh, because I didn't stop. Got to stop there, bud. All right, now dissolve. Let's see. Is there something a little bit more exciting? How about a cube? Let's see what that looks like. Play. Ah, that's pretty cool. I like that one, right? So we just made a transition in. So just to show you what it would look like, let me stop here. I'm going to move myself real quick. I'm going to go back one slide just to show you, right? I'm going to present. And that was my beautiful grapes and watermelon. And then when I click, notice my transition, right? That's what I'm looking for in that one, right? It says on there, and build a transition into this slide. So it's got to come off of the slide before. So again, number 7 is done. Awesome job. All right, number 8. Use this slide to create a collage of tilted or overlapping images of your favorite things. So, all right. So one of my favorite things is the beach. All right. So I'm just going to add that in. So I'm going to copy. I'm only going to do 2 or 3. You can do more if you'd like. So save image as. I'm going to do beach 2 because we already have one beach. All right. Beach 2. All right. So I'm going to put that in. Insert. Image. Upload. And then beach 2. Now I want to show you how to do this. All right, so right now it's a huge one. So I'm going to drop it in like this. I'm going to rotate it a little bit because I'm supposed to be making a collage of the things that I want. Now notice, when we go and we watch our slideshow, I'm just going to drop it off the sides a little bit more. Watch what happens to our corners of that image. They're cut off, which I'm okay with. I think it looks more like a collage that way. It gives a little bit more of an interesting dimension, all right, when we do it. You can also, when you're clicking on here, let me get rid of that slide transition. Let me get rid of that one. All right, now I'm on my image, right? So I can do format options if I wanted to. Let me move myself back up here. So I can draw a drop shadow, click, right? And just for fun, I'm just going to keep it black because it's easier. But if I do a little distance, watch my shadow. See my shadow in the back? Now it looks like my image is kind of stopped off to the side. It looks like it's coming off the paper. That's a little bit more interesting. Let me show you how to present that. All right. So you can see, like now it looks like the picture is up off the paper. You're giving it a little shadow dimension, which is always kind of nice. So let me see if I can get, let's cut that out here. All right, let me get another image. Let's see, probably the most interesting thing is my kids, but I'm not going to find that on the internet or in this Google Drive. So baseball, right? My son and I love baseball games. So I'm just going to take a baseball here. This is kind of cool. All right, we'll just add that in. So again, I'm going to save as. And I'll make that baseball. All right, so I'm going to come up here again. Insert, image, upload, baseball. Oh, now see, that would look like we were going to get a no background to it, but it came out. If I really wanted to, I'd go up here to remove background and do it. Actually, I'm going to do it because that's just what I do. All right, I hate when they're not right. So if you want to fast forward, you can. I'm sorry, but I just can't let it go. So now I got rid of everything. Now we download. All right, let's get rid of that ugly baseball thing. And let's go insert, image, And we'll get our baseball so that it's got a nice background to it, right? Removable BG preview. That's what we want. Open. All right. So now we've got a cool baseball. All right. And we're ready to go. And that can just sit up there. And I'm going to do one more. My daughters do Irish dancing. So I'm just going to pick one because that's something that they love to do. And I am very big on supporting my kids. So insert image upload. Oh, wait, did I not download that one? Let me see. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm just going to pick this one right here. Save image as dancing. Save. All right, now we'll put that one in. Insert image upload. All right, dancing. Okay. And now we're going to drop that in. All right. So there's my three. Now you can spin it a little bit. You can animate them if you want to, however you want to do it. But all it says is use this slide to create a collage of tilted and overlapping. So if you really wanted to be, all right, I'll overlap a little bit of the dance. Actually, if I brought this one forward, because right now it looks like the baseball picture is getting cut off. So if I order this one and bring it to the front, it'll actually put that one over the corner of the dancing picture. And then again, you can format options. You can drop shadow. There's adjustments. You can make one transparent, another. You can recolor them if you'd like. Recoloring just means when you click on it, I could take my baseball and make it, kind of a little different. That one's a little too, not so good. Here's old black and white. That looks pretty cool. All right, so just a couple pictures, just to kind of show you what is there, but make a little collage, kind of bring out what you like about life and things like that. Those are probably my three biggest enjoyments. And there we go. All right, so next, find a video on YouTube of someone cooking your favorite dish and insert the video below. All right, so I'm going to just go to YouTube, youtube.com. All right, and I am going to find homemade raviolis. Because my children and I will make homemade raviolis. We bought the little machine, and it's fun. All right, so now, here we go. We're starting our video. So now what do we do? All right, when we go back to our Google slide, right, we're going to insert, and we want to insert a video. All right, and this is why you're using YouTube. When you click video, you'll see it says YouTube. If you do URL or Google Drive, again, it gets a little goofy with some of the things. Now, Google Drive, if you do a Google Drive one, you have to make sure that you share it with all the people that are going to be viewing it. I tend to just like the YouTube video. All right, so all I'm going to do is I like to do copy video URL at the time and come back, and I'm going to paste it into there, and I'm going to hit search. Now you see that my video shows up right here. I'm going to click it. When it's not clicked on, the select button isn't there. But when you click on it, see how it's not, select is not highlighted. Click it, select, and the action has happened, right? And that's all you really need to do. Now you can make it bigger. You can do whatever you want to do. It's completely up to you. Sometimes I like to put them like in the corner, and then I allow my students to read directions and such on the side, and then they open it up when they're ready. All right, over here, so new, we've updated the playback mode. When presenting, this video will play on click as you go through your presentation. You can select a different playback mode here under the video playback. So when we click here, it can automatically, it goes by click, or a manual play where you have to hit the play button. The other nice part about it is, let's just say I only want my students to watch certain portions of it, right? So I can click on here. Let's just say we want them from 2 minutes to 2:06. All right. And that's all I want them to watch. And that's all that will be set for them to see, which is kind of cool. Let me see if I can get it to work here. So press. All right, let's just see where we are time-wise. Oh, it's not going to show me. Oh, there we are. I got to stop moving. There we go. So it looks like we're about 2 minutes in. And look, it's spinach. See that? Not happening. All right. So we get the idea. I don't know if I did the save on the time. Oh no, I put 6:06. So it would have played the rest of the way through. So I goofed on that. The other nice thing is you can mute the audio. So if it's something you want to talk over, you can mute it and allow you to give that presentation during that. All right. And now last two slides. Number 10, make a bulleted list of your 5 favorite movies and animate your list so they appear one click at a time in the presentation. All right, so now this one's been a little while. I have not done this. So let's see if we can't figure this one out together. All right, so I'm going to text box. All right, now when I do it, so I'm going to put my favorite movies. All right, and I'm going to click here. Now, if I come over here, you will notice that I have a bulleted list. Right? So my favorite movie. Let's see. My wife and I watch every year at Christmas. It's a Wonderful Life. All right. Excuse me. Trying to think favorite. Um, let's see. Point Break. The old one, not the new one. I like the old Keanu Reeves. All right, much better, I think. Let's see. What do the girls and I like to watch together? We will definitely throw down some new. I think it's 2Ds. The new Aladdin with Will Smith. They like it because it's Aladdin, and I just like Will Smith. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Um, hmm. We don't watch it a lot, and I got to be honest, but once upon a time, actually, let's go way back. Bad Boys 2. First date for the wife and I when we were being set up. Bad Boys 2. All right. And then I think that's the right one. I fell asleep. Wasn't a good deal. And then what else? Let's see. Hold on. I gotta see. I think if I remember right, 61. Yes. If you've never seen this movie, it is the Willie Mays, Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle movie. Awesome movie. My son has not had the opportunity to watch it yet, but we will, and that is 61. The year that Roger Maris broke Babe Ruth's baseball home run record. All right, so those are probably my favorite movies. Right, my wife and I watch every year. Point Break is just a cool movie. Aladdin with my daughters. Bad Boys 2. I really kind of first date movie again. I fell asleep, and then 61 is just an inspirational, happy movie. All right, so now we have to make them come up one at a time in our presentation. So now, if I do this the right way, I'm going to highlight here. All right, and I got to move me. Okay, and I got to get rid of that. So now I'm going to go to BBD animation. All right. So now, right now, it's my favorite movies in that one. I got to remember how to do this because this one is very different than PowerPoint. Let's add animation. I'm going to go 61 first. So I'm actually adding each one at a time. See how I'm doing? I'm clicking on it, and now I have 3. I don't remember which ones I've done so far. So if I don't get them all, I apologize. Add animation. Right, and I'm going to do all fade-ins. It looks like I have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know which ones I have. Let's just check. Replay. Right, so I'm going to do. Oh, it looks like we're all coming in at the same time, and I don't know why. You know what? I'm actually okay if you just do it that way because I think if I remember correctly, we have to build it one at a time. And yeah, that's no. Why build it one at a time? I mean, you've learned that I love these cool movies, so let's just let it go. and I'm okay with that. So give me your top 5 movies. Tell me why they're your top 5 movies, and just give me a quick animation on the whole thing so that when it plays, it comes in at one shot like that, and I'm good with it. I'm not going to lie to you. I never use a one at a time entrance like that, so I don't use it that often. I probably should have been a little bit more prepared with that, but I honestly, I just don't use it, and I'm okay with it. Now, before class, I might figure it out, but I doubt it. So I'm 100% good with that. Just let it be that way. And then finally, let's see what the last one. Create a bar graph where the y-axis exists. Now, this is like a math school, right? Math lesson. Y-axis lists your main after-school activities and or time commitments. And X shows the number of minutes a day you do each exercise. Now, this is a bonus. All right. So if you figure this out and do it, I will give you bonus points. I will check at the bottom and make sure. So if you do it, I will give you above 100% as your grade. All right. But so I'm not going to do it with you. I want to see if you guys can figure it out. All right. Just kind of play around with it, see what you can do. I'm going to tell you there's a couple of different ways to do it, and I'm not going to care. As long as you get the bar graph in there, it's really going to be up to you. All right. Excuse me. That was awesome. It was really long, and I'm really sorry about how long it took, but at least we got it all in there. All right. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you later.